Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. A beast, a machine, hitting on you with speed, running gasoline lean. Give me all what I need, indeed. Pedal to the metal, the life that I dream. Can't settle for tea kettle when I can roast it like coffee beans. My chances splitting the seams, bumping supreme. A rough race leaves enough traceless, smoking with steam. Spinning wheels, hitting deals with high velocity. Break the rules of physics to win, become an odyssey. Might be second place, but I'm riding behind. Set to draft, fly by, feel the G-force, adjust, get a better lap. My tires may be bald, riding a weather track, but I've left my checker pass so I can reach the checkered flag.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Checkered Flag. As always, I'm your host, Ace Naylor. Tuesday, May 26, 2015. A lot on the agenda tonight. First off, we want to give Michael Schroeder a shout out for his speedy recovery. He suffered an accident, so I want to go to his page and send him let him know you're thinking about him. He said he's got some possible spinal damage, but hopefully that's not the case. I don't know any more than that. Again, go to his page and let Michael Schroeder know we're thinking about him. This past weekend was a great weekend. Talk about the Grasties. Chloe Grastie's weekend started out rough. Electrical issues were on Friday's practice. Now, this is for the Money Mayhem, which we'll have a full coverage of later. I felt the need to talk about Chloe Grastie's. We've had her on the show several times, as well as her brother. Her weekend started out rough with the electrical issues. Friday's practice qualified 25th out of 43 carts, not bad. Finished 4th in the heat. Started 21st, 11th row inside, and worked her way all the way up to 2nd, so big hats off to her for that. We'll talk about that a little bit later in our After Burn recap, brought to you by Action Captured Images. Connor Grassie qualified 4th and 3rd in the dash and a solid 4th place run until he went high, got loose, ended up 6th. Had a great run. Chance was fast all weekend. Ended up resulting in 5th. Ended up 3rd in the main and 5th in the dash. Well, big hats off to Cody Connor. Cody Connor, I think we have a picture up there, don't we? Cody Connor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Cody Connor. A little bit up on my notes. We'll talk about Joe Gibbs in a minute. He's on his way to Joe Gibbs, though. Connor, we've had on several times. Each time the kid has something new that we've had him on the show for. And this year for 2015 is a great year for him, chalking down another main event win in his late model. 2015, the 4th win in a row. We get to talk to him a little bit tonight on the phone. This is back in NASCAR. The head of Joe Gibbs Racing had plenty of to celebrate. Kyle Busch returned to the points to finish 11th. Matt Kenseth won the pole and ended 5th. Denny Hamlin, the All-Star race winner last week, fought hard before finishing 7th this week. The highlight, though, was Carl Edwards' first victory for his new JGR team and NASCAR's longest race. He won NASCAR's longest race and really stuck it out there, so big hats off to him. Gibbs had to say, in so many ways, a 3-time bull winner, Washington NASCAR championship. His owner is that in many ways is a big deal for us. Our guest lineup tonight, we've got on the phone. We'll get to her in just a moment as soon as we get our break. But we've got lineup in order. Smoke Jr. herself, Nicole Mendoza, is on the show tonight. We've also got our appearance program, our Way Out West appearance program out of Cam Cartway. We're winding it down to 2 more guests after that, Carson Horner. Shane Skullcrusher, with Team Kid KJ, has some updates for us. There are pretty exciting things happening with him. He'll be calling in later tonight. Also, we're going to recap Richie Rich and the Tin Pimps, Money Mayhem coverage of the trophies and of the main events due to our time constraints. We can only do the main events, and also with the closing night. So we're going to have that a little bit later tonight. That'll be brought to you by Action Captured Images. Check them out, ac-images.net. And they're all over Northern California with their work. Well, I want to before we get a break here, I want to thank our sponsor. It's sponsored by Healdsburg Collision Center, located at 20 Hillsburg Avenue. They've got free towing of loaner cars, discount, and lifetime warranty. No appointments necessary for estimates. Come and see us today. Located at 20 Hillsburg Avenue. Call them at 707-431-2994. 707-431-2994. Hillsburg Collision Center. And we got to take a break, and we'll be right back with Nicole Mendoza in just a moment. Sorry, Nicole, that's a mouthful.
Multimedia is sending you smoke signals, providing their clients with the ultimate communication and multimedia marketing, distribution, production, and web-based services. They feature high-def video equipment and quality audio sound. SSS is your multimedia source, from graphics for business cards to television production, radio, live sound, and everything in between. SSS is sending you smoke signals. Get your message out with SSS Multimedia. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@sssmultimedia.com.
We've got on the line right now. She calls herself Smoke Junior. Herself, Nicole Mendoza, on the phone. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am awesome. Hey, you're one popular girl. You know how tough it was for us to finally get you on the show? But hey, we'll get a little bit later onto how you got called Smoke Junior. But talk to us about how you got started in racing and why outlaw carts. What about outlaw carts intrigued you the most?
Well, I always wanted to be a World of Outlaws driver because I kind of grew up around racing with my dad. My dad worked with kind of a late model team, and my dad always took me to the races, took me to all these things that revolved around, sprint cars and dirt cars and a bunch of other stuff. So when it came down to it, I always remember telling my dad, "Dad, I want to race, Dad, I want to race." And one time my dad took me up to Red Bluff for one of the West Coast Nationals and was like, "Well, what do you think about these?" And I remember going home that night and I was like, "Oh, I really want one." Yeah. And later on, my birthday came along and surprise, I got a cart to myself, and that's how basically I got into it.
Wow, was that a beginner box? Is that how you got started like most? Hello?
Yeah, oh. I started out in a box stock. We didn't really run beginner. We ran beginner box for at least 2 weeks, and then we moved up into the box stock, and we ended up 10th in points that season.
Right. I don't know if we have it on our our photo lineup, but there is a picture on your Facebook. Digging into Nicole Mendoza, you can check it out. Smoke Junior Racing. But now you got the name Smoke Junior. I'll let you tell everybody what that was from, and then we'll talk about the picture in just a moment.
Yeah. So I always grew up watching Tony Stewart and watching NASCAR with my dad, and Stewart was always our favorite driver. So, and his nickname Smoke. Well, my dad, when we first got into this, he's like, "We can call you Smoke Junior," and it really stuck. So like that's how we came up with Smoke Junior Racing, and it's never gone away, and that's how S20 also came along with it.
Wow. And so so there's a picture that I don't know if we have it. Do we, Tech? I don't think we have it. It's on your Facebook though. It's a picture of Nicole Mendoza. Just check her out on Facebook. A picture of you and Tony Stewart in a trailer. Now, was that your trailer he stopped by to go see, or was that his that you went into?
No, that was actually his sprint car trailer at Stockton.
Wow. How were you able to manage that, getting in his trailer with him? How did you manage that?
It was really hard to get in, but, it was always something big that I wanted to do was to meet Tony Stewart. And when we found out that he was coming to Stockton for the first World of Outlaws race down at their new dirt track, we bought tickets and we got down there and I told my dad, I was like, "We're taking a shirt. I'm dedicated to getting this. Like, I'm not letting go." And I found his crew chief and I talked to him about it and I was like, I'm just another girl who really looks at him as a role model in racing.
Right.
And his crew chief's like, "Well, come around when it's not so busy and I'll try to get you in." Well, I walked by and his crew chief looked at me and was like, "Hey, hold on, come in." And so I grabbed the shirt out of my dad's jacket and I walked in there and I gave it to him, and then that's how everything basically happened. And in return, I got a visor from him that was signed.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we saw the photo. That must have been quite an experience for you there, to be able to be there with Tony Stewart. Did you ask him for any advice?
I told him because, he's like, "You're a girl and you race carts?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "What are you running?" And I told him I was running a 450. And he's like, it's pretty cool. And I actually showed him a video, and he was like, "Wow, for being in a 450, you can definitely keep up with all those 500s, and you're definitely doing really good."
Yeah, you can, and I've seen you do that at Cycleland. I remember part of 2012 I announced out there, but I followed you from before. Now you're currently racing a 450, which is known as a 500.
Yes, I just moved up to the open division at Cycleland.
Okay. And you have something very exciting happening at Cycleland. You were telling us a little bit about it off air. We'll let you explain now. It's something really exciting that's going to be happening in September.
Oh, so Kyle Larson, since Goldtep is in September, Kyle Larson is coming back. And he's actually putting on a race at Cycleland on September 8th, the Tuesday. And it's going to be basically a purse thing, and all carts can join. And it's only up to 100 carts. And when we signed up, I think I signed up at the beginning, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And only 100 carts got in. So the sooner you in, the more you were locked in. Well, I was one of the top carts that signed in, so I was locked in for it. So now coming September 8th, we're running out Cycleland for a huge Kyle Larson race that he's putting on.
Yeah, and can you indulge some of the names that have signed up? Obviously, Kyle Larson's going to be there. What about our boy Rico?
I'm pretty sure Rico will be there. I'm not sure who all signed up just because no one's really said anything yet.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure, I know some carts from Cycleland have signed up. I know carts all over have signed up, and I'm pretty sure some World of Outlaws drivers have signed up too if they really want to race.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
So can still be there.
Oh yeah, that's going to be really exciting. That's a big track there. I've seen them go 3 and 4 wide at that track. What Lowell's got going on over there is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about. Let's go back on your career a little bit. What sticks out the most to you in your career as far as your wins and what's concerned? What sticks out the most to you?
What sticks out the most to me is that I can work with my mom and dad on getting the cart right and making sure that I can go out every race and being successful, even with the hardship. And I've always had a really tough time at the beginning of each and every season, but we always come back, and now we're starting to get back up to where we need to be. But we had to switch carts, we had to do all new things. But what really sticks out to me is more of I need to be up top. I need to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can so then I can move forward in my career. Yeah,
exactly. So you spent some time this past weekend. You didn't race, but you were over there with Hoosier Tire, over there selling tires. You got a chance to see Dixon. They had some pretty competitive racing there this past weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was very competitive, and Dixon, for the first time, I've never been to Dixon, so when I showed up to Dixon, I wasn't sure what it was going to be like or how it was ran. And so I was just really, really confused at first. And then once I got used to it, I spent 2 days there. So once I got used to it, I was like, okay, pretty sure this is how this goes. I didn't run, but I was still helping people that needed help. And I was with everyone who was running, and I was with Chloe.
I was gonna ask you about Chloe Grass. You two are friends, huh?
Yeah.
yeah. Chloe, I not to take it off your interview, but I am so amazed at Chloe. And we're going to talk about it later tonight in our recap. But that girl from 25th, starting on the 11th row, getting all the way up to second. Now, I mean, she really gave the leader a run for his money, didn't she?
Oh yeah. I mean, if we had a couple more laps, I guarantee Chloe would have got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, off that and back onto you. Let's get to let everyone know about your website. Man, your website is slamming, by the way. I had a chance to look at it. It's pretty, and it's actually linked to ours, guys. You can go to checkeredflagshow.com, click her photo, it'll go right to her website. So tell us, I was going to say, tell us about your website, and you have a Facebook as well that they can go on and check and see what you're doing.
Yeah, so my website has everything. It has a bio, a guest book that you can post anything in there if you have any questions. I do check it every day. My videos, I have pictures. I have a schedule of what we're doing and when we're doing it. I also have on my website a list of all my sponsors and everything. And when it comes to, our apparel, we do have a marketing place that you can go and order it, and we can always get it to you. And if you have any questions, there's a contact tab too, so you can always go on there. And then with my Facebook is more of letting you know what happened throughout the night, what happened with, if I crashed, what happened.
Right, exactly.
So Facebook's more of what happened and what's going on with the whole racing thing.
Yeah, sure. All righty. Well, thank you so much. Well, actually, speaking of sponsors, hey, I wish we could talk to you longer, but we have a lot of guests on the show tonight for the lineup. But if your sponsors are important, please give them a shout-out. Are live on TV right now.
I mean, I would really like to thank my mom and dad, and definitely all my sponsors. Tink, who helped me majorly get my new car, and everyone that just supports me, that gets everything done, so I'm able to be out there every weekend and out there to make sure that I can go farther in my career. So it's just a huge thanks to my mom and dad for sure, because they're out there every weekend with me, making sure that my career keeps going.
Right on. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. Look forward to see what you got going next. Again, you can go to her website, or you can go to her Facebook to find out. Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Wonderful to have her on the show, Nicole Mendoza, finally. And we're going to take another break, and we're going to be back in just a moment with Carson Horner. But before we do that, I want to thank our sponsor, Hillsburg Collision Center, located at 20 Hillsburg Avenue in Hillsburg, California, 95448. Free towing, loaner cars, discount, lifetime written warranty, no appointment necessary for estimates. Come and see them today. Again, that's Hillsburg Collision Center, 20 Hillsburg Avenue in Hillsburg, California, 95448, 707-431-2994, 707-431-2994. Hello? We're on a commercial break right now.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon.
Manticorp Tax and Accounting can help you minimize taxation, establish a corporate presence, and save you money. Our over 25 years of experience in domestic and international taxation and incorporation services makes us the best at what we do. Your first consultation at Manticorp is always free, and our discounted rates guarantee you will not end up paying for what you don't get. Try Manticorp today. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@manticorpusa.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We've got on the line right now, we've got from Cam Cartway in Texas. This is part of our Way Out West series. We're winding it down, folks. We've only got 2 guests left after this. And I'm excited because I get to go to the Invitational, announce the Invitational, and get to meet all these guys. We're only 2 away. We've got, right now, on the line, Carson Horner. Carson, thank you so much for calling in, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, do you have anything turned up? Like, are you watching the show somewhere?
No, sir.
Okay, I thought I heard some feedback. Okay, we'll work with it. But hey, thank you so much, and let me apologize to you guys and, of course, our fans for not being able to be on Skype. We don't know what's going on with our Skype right now, but our Skype was causing causing my system to shut down, and we obviously don't want that during an interview. So that's why we decided to go with phone calls tonight. We are working hard to see if we can get that fixed, though, and that's being worked on. Well, with that said, Carson, thank you so much again for being on the show, and we're going to get right to your interview. We'll get started with how all this began. How did all this begin for you?
I've raced ever since I was 5 years old. I've grown up around racing. My family's done it. I raced at Cowtown Speedway growing up through my years. I moved up at Kennedale Speedway Park, and I came over to Cam, and ever since Cam, I've been loving it over there.
Yeah, Cam's a good track. I'm excited to get over there this summer. So, what kind of kart do you race?
I race a 250 Outlaw QRC.
Okay, all right. And I noticed you have. I noticed in some of the pictures there you've got another car. You've got another car with you. Is that your? This is a family affair of racing, huh?
Yes, sir. My Uncle Bud raced in the 1950s.
Oh,
with
wow.
the Hunters, sprint cars, and my dad followed in his footsteps. He raced sprint cars out in New Mexico at this racetrack called Duke's City Speedway.
Okay.
And my brother, he also races. He raced 305 sprint cars at Mountain Creek Speedway here in Dallas, Texas. And then there's me, another one who races in our family too.
Wow, we're gonna have to get him on the show at some point to talk to him also. That would be exciting to get a siblings thing on racing. So
Yes,
you're
sir.
huh?
Yes, sir. That would be very cool.
Yeah. So tell us about a little more about your kart, your 250. Now, are you running a 250 Outlaw kart, or is it just or is it an Outlaw kart 250 that you're running?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your car. I know I had some fan questions. They wanted to know how fast the 250 went, what kind of engine, what kind of stuff you got in that thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do drive a 250 Outlaw car. I don't really know how fast. I want to be able to answer that.
That's okay.
But I do know it's fast enough to put you back in your seat right now.
Yeah.
I call it an Outlaw. That's my car because I name all my cars. My
Right.
very first car I named Speed, and it's just something I've been doing.
That's kind of
And
cool.
I've just been loving it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. You also tell us about you also came up. You guys come up with the name Bighorn Motorsports. What about? Does that have to do with your last name Horner, or how did that come about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Horn comes from our last name Horner, and Bighorn being us in Texas, the Texas.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Also,
Yeah.
yes, sir, that also was a big part of it too.
Right. Tell us about your I wish we did have Skype working, but I'm sure you got trophies around. Tell us about your wins, about some of your monumental wins, and what sticks out the most for you.
Yes, sir. I would like to say I do have some wins, but I'd rather talk not about those because the races that I've actually worked for and competed more in, I feel like those are more needed to talk about. Like in 2008, I raced in the Winter Nationals. I qualified for a 3-horsepower beginner motor, and I qualified for the feature. I started in 25th, and I worked all the way up to 3rd. And I was very proud of that. I have a trophy for that. In Wichita Falls last year at the Nationals, I raced Animal Motor, and we did very well there. We got 3rd place after starting 6th, and I would just like to say the Mowgli's, you've had Mitchell on your show before. I would like to give a big shout out to them because they've been helping us too along with us racing. And every year there's something called the Longhorn Shootout that we race at in Mesquite. And
Right.
we go there as much as we can. Like a couple of years ago, we went there when there was like 3 inches of ice on the ground, and we still drove up there about like an hour away from our house. And then it was cool being in there because Johnny Herrera, one of my big idols, who I remember saved as my car 45X, he was up there racing a midget in the same track that we were, so that was very cool. Although he did tear up the track, but hey, it's Johnny Herrera. You can't go wrong racing with him.
No, not at all. That's pretty exciting that you had to rub elbows with him. Did you get to rub elbows with him or talk to him? Or?
Excuse me?
Did you get to rub elbows with him and talk to him?
Yes, sir. He's my idol. I see him as every single time he comes to Texas, we go out there in the pits. He lets us go in his pits. It's very cool because I get to experience what I might be able to be doing in the future. And I'd like to shout out because he's listening in right now, actually. Johnny Herrera, thank you, my idol, man. I hear you. I know that you're listening out there. I just want to give a shout out to you, man. You're my very big idol. And I just love how he lets us go in his pits, let us learn from what he's doing out there on the track, and learn from his experiences that he has, because he has a lot of experiences.
Yeah, we're a fan of his too. Yeah, I'm a fan of his too here with the Checkered Flag. I'll admit, that's when my face lit up when you mentioned him. I definitely I got to say he's my idol too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, would love to get him on for an interview. Yeah, but that's exciting that's who you look up to. So where are you? So what you're racing? So are you excited about the Cam Cartway? I know you're going to be doing the Invitational and then the Nationals, man. So you must be all pumped up about those.
Yes, sir. I'm very excited about that. As of right now, I have that planned, but that may change because right now I only have one race under my belt in 250 because I'm a freshman going into high school. I'm looking forward to playing for varsity football, and being a freshman, that's a very good deal to play for varsity. For basketball, I'm looking forward to playing high school too. Track, I'm looking forward to doing that too. So all these sports combined at once, it's going to be hard. But racing is definitely my number one right now, but it's school, so.
You know what's funny? As we're talking right now, and you're telling me about the huge football, I've got Leanne Walkup Mobley who also says hi, by the way, and she wanted to say Carson's a huge football and track star, plays both sides of the ball. And it's ironic that she's saying that. You and I are just talking about it.
Thank you, Miss Leanne. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but she's watching, and I was going to ask you that. Ask you if you do other sports. So I've asked a lot of drivers this, but the question holds true for most drivers. You guys have such a busy schedule with football and other sports and racing. Where is there time, if at all, for a social life? And how do you balance that? I mean, what do you do for a social life? Do you get to go out to watch a movie now and then? I mean, how does that work?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to. I'll say that. We're going into preseason for football. It's going to be going from Mondays to Fridays. About from 8 to noon going on, and after there I'll be talking to my talk to my friends, go hang out for a little bit. Then after that I gotta train for track because my mom signed me up for AAU track now, and so that's going to add more on our schedule. And I just catch my friends with movies, like you said, go and hang out at their house, have parties. And I always get the car ready to race when in my spare time too. Like everybody knows, I don't just sit around, just mess around.
Well, I was going to say a lot of that spare time. Oh yeah, I was going to say a lot of that spare time is probably spent on prepping the cars. But I mean, you have to love everything you do and have a passion for everything you do, the football and racing and all that, to be able to do all that. And not have a big social life. You have to have a passion for all that stuff that you do, and that's why I admire you racers. Each racer I have on the show, I'm in awe because to see the discipline and the commitment that you guys have towards your racing and sports just absolutely amazes me.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about where you're headed next. I wish we could have some more time with you, man. I mean, we have a lot of guests on our show tonight, but I want to talk to you about where can we see you next, and do you have a website or Facebook or anything like that we can go to?
Yes, sir. I have a Facebook, Carson Horner, and I also have Bighorn Motorsports Facebook. Bighorn Motorsports, that's where everything that goes along with me, my brother, and everything with our racing life happens. My dad runs that. And if you want to go check out anything on there, we're on there.
Right on. Well, that's exciting, man. Anything else you would like to share with us before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for giving me a chance to be able to race. Like I said, it's very busy, and I know I know it's hard to do that. I'd like to thank Mr. Godwin. He letters my cars, and my car is always looking the best, and I have designed as Johnny.
I have to say, your car has a hot-looking design. Yeah.
My car is designed as Johnny Herrera. I try to have that every single year for 45X. Right. I'd like to thank Mr. Sade, because getting involved with the 250 has been a long process. We took the car over there one day to his house. Next thing you know, we get it back with the motor. It's all ready to go. All I need to do is get up and start in it. I'd like to thank the Mobleys for helping me get more involved with Cam, because they're very involved with Cam, and I love them. And I would like to thank Johnny Herrera, who's out there listening. You've been a very big idol, like I said. I appreciate you giving me opportunities that you've given me. I'd like to thank my brother who's given me opportunities as well, seeing him out there race, because me and him both grown up doing this together. We strive off what each other do. We feed off that. And I'd like to thank Cam for giving me a very good track that has very good banking, very good speed, and it does not matter. Wherever you run on that track, you're still going to be competitive.
Thank you so much, man. I wish we could spend some more time with you. Like I said, we have a big guest lineup. Thank you so much for calling in, man. And I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. I mean, we're I think 3 weeks out now, if that, for the invitational, and I'm so excited to be able to meet all of you face to face.
Yes, sir. Same here.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Carson.
I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, we got to take a break, folks, and we're going to be back in just a few moments. We're going to be back with Shane Skull Crusher Plato. He's got some exciting things that he's been doing. He's already been out with his truck, and we're going to talk to him in just a few moments.
You're invited to participate in a true multimedia experience coming to a home near you. LCM TV is bringing Lake County into the new millennium with news, live broadcast, information, music, talk shows, and local programming, all streaming in high definition online and soon to be on your Roku box. Join us at lcm-tv.com or be a part of our studio audience. You can also watch the shows at lakecomagazine.com as we provide programming to inform, enlighten, and maybe even enrage you. On Lake County Magazine Talk Show with Terry and Pete the Tax Guy, Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Like racing? Try the Checkered Flag Show, hosted by Ace Naylor on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. All ages and divisions in regional and national fields. Joni Lane brings a positive light to you every Monday at 3 p.m. Pasha Space brings an international flair as they discuss ecological, health, and social issues in Haiti with people around the world. End up your week with positive, conscious sounds on Saturday at 9 a.m. with Sister T on the Bridge. This show is also simulcast on KMEC 105.1 FM in Ukiah. Our latest show, LCM TV News, is brought to you live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon, and rebroadcast at 6:30 p.m. and noon daily, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, featuring national, regional, and local news, weather, and sports. We have it all here for you on your local TV station, LCM TV. Join us online and soon on Roku, giving you access to all the best Lake County has to offer. We are LCMTV.com, your multimedia connection. Tune in for the fun. It's live TV at its best.
SSS Multimedia is sending you smoke signals, providing their clients with the ultimate communication and multimedia marketing, distribution, production, and web-based services. They feature high-def video equipment and quality audio sound. SSS is your multimedia source, from graphics for business cards to television production, radio, live sound, and everything in between. SSS is sending you smoke signals. Get your message out with SSS Multimedia. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@sssmultimedia.com.
Taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon.
Manticorp Tax and Accounting can help you minimize taxation, establish a corporate presence, and save you money. Our over 25 years of experience in domestic and international taxation and incorporation services makes us the best at what we do. Your first consultation at Manticorp is always free, and our discounted rates guarantee you will not end up paying for what you don't get. Try Manticorp today. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@manticorpusa.com.
Also brought to you by Hillsburg Collision Center, located at 20 Hillsburg Avenue in Hillsburg, California, 95448. Free towing, loaner cars, discount, lifetime written warranty, no appointments necessary for estimates. Come and see us today. Again, 20 Hillsburg Avenue, Hillsburg, California, 95448. Call them at 707-431-2993. That's 707-431-2993, or fax at 707-431-2994. Speaking of, we've got on the line right now a Team Kid KJ, Shane Skull Crusher Plato, and he's got some exciting things to talk to us about. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Man, it's so awesome to have you back on the show. You know, when we had you on before, you were just kind of getting the feel of that truck, and now you're out in the truck and you're doing things. Tell us about some of the exciting new things you got going on.
I got my friend, my Uncle Steve. He's building me a new chassis. My dad's working on it. From Beast Mode Fabrications.
Yeah, Beast Mode. I was going to ask you about Beast Mode Fabrication. We'll ask you about that a little bit later.
And my new teammates are Hunter Souza. He will drive Lizard Hunter. Gage Stockholm driving Monster Buddy.
That's exciting. And Hunter Souza, he calls himself the Lizard Hunter. He's your new teammate, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He's waiting to have his own monster truck built.
Yeah, he's going to have his own. Now, what are you? I want to talk about where you've been. You've already had your monster truck out, and you've been showing it off. So tell us about some of the places you've already been.
I've been in Chico for driving for Monster X Tour. I've been in Santa Rosa driving for Monster WGAS, and all the other shows are WGS, which are Santa Rosa, Turlock, and Santa Maria, California.
Gosh, that's exciting. You've been around with that. You've been around with that truck already. And where are you going? Where are you going to next? I understand that you're going to try to get out to Ukiah, but you may just have the truck on display. Where are you going next?
I'm gonna go next show. I'm gonna go to Fallon, Nevada, Octane Fest.
Oh, I was going to ask you about Octane Fest. I've been out there to Octane Fest in Fallon, Nevada. When are they doing that? Is it got to be in July?
Sometime June or July, and in the shows I've been jumping over cars, getting all four wheels off air.
Wow, that's exciting. Now, is that going to be your first time jumping cars, or have you done that already?
No, but this is my first time jumping in a show. I've jumped in cars for a long time because my friend Gage's home. They have this little car place, practice track. It has two cars, and it's like a little Ford X thing.
Gosh, that's exciting, and that's exciting. And folks, if you guys are watching, this kid is only you're only 8 years old? 7, 8?
7 years old.
He's only 7 years old. He's got a mini monster truck, and he's already going to be jumping cars. That's exciting. Are you excited, and are you a little nervous? I mean, how do you feel about Octane Fest coming up?
No problem.
Yeah, and I understand you're making a name for yourself. That when you go to these tracks, people know who you are. That they cheer for you and everything. Which that sounds really exciting. You're getting to be well known.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, when my Facebook, and I'll tell you this, your dad's there too, and I'll tell you and your dad this. My Facebook has been blowing up all afternoon, finding out when the minute I put on there he was going to be on the show. Let me tell you, my Facebook has been blowing up all afternoon with all kinds of questions and everything. So, I mean, you're really making a name for yourself, buddy. So let's talk about Beast Mode Fabrication. There's a website now. Tell us about that.
It's my Uncle Steve Taylor.
Right.
They're building mini monster trucks, and all the shows I've been doing are really actually really fun.
Yeah, yeah, and it does look like a lot of fun. And can they go anywhere to watch some videos of you? And do they have? Is there any videos of you out there?
Videos are going to be soon.
The videos are probably going to be soon.
Okay, yeah, and of course they can go to your Facebook, and you're with Team Kid KJ. So tell us a little bit about that. I know may have some new viewers that may not know about Team Kid KJ, and that's a team you're signed up with.
They're out at Florida.
Yeah, that's exciting that you actually signed up with a team.
And they have 4 trucks.
I'm sorry?
They have 4 trucks.
Yeah, they got 4. They got a total of 4 trucks. We're gonna have to get you guys all on the show we're really gonna have to get all you guys on the show as a group. The Florida people and everything. I want to let's announce that now. I'd like to have that next Tuesday. We're gonna have our cam guests, but I'd like to reserve a time to have all you guys on the show. And we're gonna and folks, we're gonna try to get our Skype thing fixed too, so we can have them on video. That's definitely a priority. But I'd love to have the entire team with Kid KJ on the show. I think that would be really exciting.
And the team's ready already.
Yeah, it is ready already. Well, hey, thank you so much for calling in, buddy. You got anything else you want to let us know before we let you go? We've got to get to our recap, and we got Cody Connor calling in a little bit.
Sponsor. Mom and Dad, I love you guys.
Aw.
Oil, Purple, Magnifo, Butler Seats, Hooker Harness, SK Rod Ends, my Uncle Steve for my B Small chassis, Uncle Todd Motorsports, and Team Kid KJ.
Wow, you are well spoken. You are a well spoken kid, man, and you know your sponsors and everything, man. That's exciting. And for those of you who are watching, businesses that are watching, this is what you can get. Sponsor this kid. I'm telling you, he's on his way. He's definitely on his way. Thank you so much for calling in, man. It's always exciting to see what you've got going on next.
Thanks, Ace.
Thanks for the update, my friend. All right, I'll let you go. All right, bye-bye. Yes, we're going to take yet another commercial break, and we're going to be back with Cody Connor in just a moment. And we're so excited to have Cody Connor. He's chalked down his 4th win for the main event, and we're going to do a complete advertising break, and we'll be back in just a moment, folks, to Cody Connor.
You're invited to participate in a true multimedia experience coming to a home near you. LCM TV is bringing Lake County into the new millennium with news, live broadcast, information, music, talk shows, and local programming, all streaming in high definition online and soon to be on your Roku box. Join us at lcm-tv.com or be a part of our studio audience. You can also watch the shows at lakecomagazine.com as we provide programming to inform, enlighten, and maybe even enrage you. On Lake County Magazine Talk Show with Terry and Pete the Tax Guy, Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Like racing? Try the Checkered Flag Show, hosted by Ace Naylor on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. All ages and divisions in regional and national fields. Joni Lane brings a positive light to you every Monday at 3 p.m. Pasha Space brings an international flair as they discuss ecological, health, and social issues in Haiti with people around the world. End up your week with positive, conscious sounds on Saturday at 9 a.m. with Sister T on the Bridge. This show is also simulcast on KMEC 105.1 FM in Ukiah. Our latest show, LCM TV News, is brought to you live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon, and rebroadcast at 6:30 p.m. and noon daily, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, featuring national, regional, and local news, weather, and sports. We have it all here for you on your local TV station, LCM TV. Join us online and soon on Roku, giving you access to all the best Lake County has to offer. We are LCMTV.com, your multimedia connection. Tune in for the fun. It's live TV at its best.
SSS Multimedia is sending you smoke signals. Providing their clients with the ultimate communication and multimedia marketing, distribution, production, and web-based services, they feature high-def video equipment and quality audio sound. SSS is your multimedia source, from graphics for business cards to television production, radio, live sound, and everything in between. SSS is sending you smoke signals. Get your message out with SSS Multimedia. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@sssmultimedia.com.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon.
Manticorp Tax and Accounting can help you minimize taxation, establish a corporate presence, and save you money. Our over 25 years of experience in domestic and international taxation and incorporation services makes us the best at what we do. Your first consultation at Manticorp is always free, and our discounted rates guarantee you will not end up paying for what you don't get. Try Manticorp today. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@manticorpusa.com.
All right, we've got on the line right now, we've got Cody Connor. Congratulations, by the way, chalking down his 4th win in a row. You may remember Cody. We've had him on our show several times. It all started back when Cody used to have that little mohawk, and he was kind of finding his niche in racing. Well, he's definitely done that for the 2015 season. Cody Connor, thank you for calling in and being on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It's really an honor to be on a radio show like this.
Yeah, well, like I said, we've had you on before, and we've just watched you grow. I mean, just so exciting. So walk us through it. I mean, this is your fourth main event win. Tell us about that win and how was that for you? I mean, how was that? Just tell us about the win.
I was very excited to get the win this past Friday at Concord Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the Bando, I would race the Concord, the Little Track, Motorsports Park. And
I remember that,
always,
yeah.
Whenever we were signing in to get into a track, I would always go up on the hill to look at the Concord Speedway, the big track. And I always thought to myself, this is what I want to do. I really want to race here. Sure enough, my 3rd year into late models, pro late models, we really can't afford supers just yet. 3rd year into it, Concord, I see Concord on the schedule, and I was very excited. I've won a few times at the Concord Little Track, and just the first time back after, I think it said 4 years of closure at Concord, and going back there and ended up getting a win after wanting the itch to get racing at Concord, and just going back there and getting a win. It was truly amazing. I had a blast. It was a very exciting win.
Yeah, and then you were telling me, when we were on the phone during the commercial break, you were telling me that it wasn't always you kind of got off to a rough start, this being your year, but you didn't think it was going to be your year at all. Tell us about that.
Yeah, honestly, I really didn't think this year was going to be great for us. 'Cause I know last year, all throughout the year, we had a lot of trouble. We were running real good, then we would either get shoved in the wall or something would go wrong. Starting off 2015 season, very first race at Dillon Motor Speedway, I really haven't run that good there. The few times we've been there, but we finally got the car where it was decent. We got 8 laps in on Friday, and before the motor blew up.
Ooh.
So we drove all the way home. Took a took a motor out, and we had a guy call us, said, "Hey, here's a motor. I want you to put it in and go see Cody drive." So we ended up putting that motor in, stayed up till 4:30 in the morning. Then we got loaded up, got an hour of sleep. We drove all the way to the track, and we got there. And when we started up at the shop, everything was perfect. Oil pressure, everything working. Got to the track, no oil pressure.
Right.
So the oil pump went bad. So
yeah,
I was
but
just thinking
you.
myself, oh my goodness, with our luck right now, I don't think we're going to make the race. And sure enough, Team KCR worked their tails off, and they ended up getting the oil pump fixed. Thanks to Dickie Woodman, we didn't think we could be able to get it fixed, and he said, "Yeah, sure, you just got to do this, this, and this." So he helped us out, and we ended up getting the car done 15 minutes before qualifying.
Wow.
And went to qualify and ended up qualifying fifth out of I think it was 10 cars, 11 cars, and when I went to go shift, the linkage was backwards and it went from fourth to third. So I ended up spinning out, and when I went to go turn around, and I ended up crossing the start-finish line, so that didn't count. So I really didn't. I qualified fifth, but they didn't count it, so I started dead last.
Yeah.
And I just worked my way up through the field and ended up passing for the lead and ended up winning the race. And
wow.
That was very exciting because I just had horrible luck there my past few years. And going there and having a rough weekend and up getting the win out of it, it was very exciting. And it was, honestly, I didn't think this season was going to be off to a good start, but sure enough, getting the win.
Isn't that what makes it possible though? A team, the team, everybody from the owner or whatever, everybody, basically the entire team is what makes the car run like it did. It took an entire team.
Yes, that is completely true. It's like everybody says, there is no I in team.
Right.
You could try and misform the letters to try and make an I, but either way, there will be no I in team.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
If it wasn't for my team, I really wouldn't be doing as good as I am now. My very first year is mainly just Dad and I, and we struggled. And just now that we have Chris Wright, we have Steve Lockman, Jeff Wilson, they're starting to help us out a little bit now, and it's been awesome just having a full team and say, "Hey, crew chief, how I look out there, do I need to change my line or anything like that?"
Yeah.
And it's just awesome to have a full team and to know that they're just volunteer, that they just want to help and see me do good, and because it's a good feeling when you help somebody that really doesn't have a lot of money to compete with the upper drivers, and they do decent. And I just can't thank them enough for helping out Team KCR and wanting me to succeed and upwards in my racing career.
Yeah, that's exciting, and I wish we can spend more time with you. I've got to do a recap. We've got about 7 minutes left, man. I want to give you a quick shout out and thanks to your sponsors and everybody that helped make it happen for your fourth win in a row. And before we let you go.
Honestly, I'd like to thank J-Con Insurance, Dewey Plumbing, Suicide Automotive, Perfect Fuel, Drive Shaft Shop, Aircom Audio, Wheel Chill, Jeff Foltz Racing, we have Miller Welders, PSC Brakes, Wasp Cam, Tickle Juice, Sama Juice, and all the fans that support the series I race in, Path for All-Star Series. Because if it wasn't for all the fans, I couldn't do what I race in now. And I know this is just Memorial Day. It was just yesterday.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the veterans that are out there. If you're looking to go into the military, I honestly appreciate it. I know a family member of mine, he was in the military, and he's now deceased, but
Aww.
I just can't thank you guys enough, just because I couldn't do what I do now.
Yeah.
Is what I love racing, and I couldn't do that without all of your help, and you guys are the real heroes out there. I appreciate it.
Right on, man. Thank you so much for calling in. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. And we look forward to seeing what you're going to do next, and we'd love to have you back at some point.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we got to take another break, and we're going to be back in just a moment with our Action Captured Images recap, brought to you by Action Captured Images, ac-images.net. We're going to go ahead and play one commercial because we've only got very small amount of time to do the recap. So we're going to play one, and we're going to get right back on with the recap. We're going to start with the beginner box in just a moment.
SSS Multimedia is sending you smoke signals, providing their clients with the ultimate communication and multimedia marketing, distribution, production, and web-based services. They feature high-def video equipment and quality audio sound. SSS is your multimedia source, from graphics for business cards to television production, radio, live sound, and everything in between. SSS is sending you smoke signals. Get your message out with SSS Multimedia. For more information, call 707-701-6416 or email info@sssmultimedia.com.
All right, folks, it's now time for the Action Captured Images recap, brought to you by AC Images. ac-images.net. Check them out on Facebook. Gonna go starting with the beginner box. We should have a video there to show for the beginner box. Clinton Andrego took the win. Jaden Billings in spot number 2. Tater Reich, we've had him on our show, number 3. Reed Whitley, number 4, in the third, and number 5, Eddie St. John brought up the top 5. So big hats off to Eddie St. John for bringing up the top 5. Yes, we got that video there we're showing here of the last couple of laps. It was quite a race this past weekend at Dixon. Let's get to there. And we have got the number 500s. Let's go to the 500s right now. So we got it in front of us. Travis Henry and took the win, number 1. Chloe Grasty. We're going to play the 500 video. Chloe was very, very close. You'll notice in the video she was very close up to Travis Henry. Gave a run for his money. A 31.27, 503 to her 31.27, 849. That's a total time. So they were very close, those two. Chase Hill, number 3. Amanda Moore brought up number 4. And James Walker brought up the top 5. So that's the top 5 for that. Gonna go with the main event here for the 250 Outlaw. I guess we have the photo. We can show photos of that. Yeah, Kyle Woodcock, the 250 Outlaw, took the win with Richie Rich and the Tin Pimps. Money Mayhem. This is Richie Rich and the Tin Pimps, by the way. Money Mayhem at Dixon Speedway. Kyle Woodcock took the win. Brody Armtrout took the win in the box stock. I believe we have box stock video we can show, but Brody Armtrout took the win in the box stock there, and there's his photo up there. So that's a big hats off to him. See if we can go here. This is a different one. Tony Pombo took the number 1. This is C Main. Number 250s, Miranda Chapa. Adam Walters. Number 4, Johnny Burke and Marissa Polisi brought up the top 5. I don't believe we have a picture for that. And let's get to the other ones. Already got the C Main here. Okay. Dwayne Annex took the number 1 and the number 1, and Brenna Johnson, these are box stock. Lexi Rudman, Adam Walters, the number 4, and Justin Reynolds with the top, bringing up the top 5 that's for the B main. There was A's and B mains. There were so many carts there. Well, folks, that's what we have so far. Well, that's what we have right now for the recap, and of course, let's talk about the wins. Actually, Jaden Billings and Cornette, there's 250 Outlaw, the winner's circle. Now, their prizes were huge prizes, $2,500 for the prize for him. Winner of Memorial Day Mayhem, recipient of the $5,000 was the 500 of Travis Henry. Boy, I think I'm in the wrong. I think I need to get behind a race car. Payouts like that. But anyway, folks, that's the recap. That's what we have is the recap. Stay tuned to find out who we have on next week by going to our website at www.checkeredflagshow.com. That's our show, folks. We're gonna want to thank our sponsor, Hillsburg Collision Center, located at 20 Hillsburg Avenue, Hillsburg, California, 95488. They have free towing, loaner cars, discount and lifetime warranty, no appointment necessary for estimates. Come and see us today. Again, call them at 707-431-2993, 707-431-2993. Again, free towing, loaner cars, discount and lifetime warranty, no appointments necessary for estimates. Come and see them today. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Thank you so much for all our guests that called in tonight, and be sure to stay tuned by going to we have next week by going to our website, www.checkeredflagshow.com. Good night, race fans.